The gas swap guru here. Took a little break from fishing. It's only one of my favorite spots in the world. It's an old natural logging bayou. It's very, very ancient, and I want to share it with y'all. Let's go ahead and turn the camera around. Can't see it, but that's the entrance way down that way. It's a little old meandering bayou. In South Louisiana, if you ever, there's a big controversial thing. What is a bayou? Well, a typical bayou tends to twist and turn. It has a lot more natural curvature to it, which makes these logging bayous. Hundreds of years ago, when first settlers began to settle in here, it was amongst the Native American Indian tribes. That's a barred owl. Let's see if was here. He's back there somewhere. Somewhere in here is where I heard him just now. How about that? These are called barred owls. They are native to Louisiana. People cooked them a long time ago. In fact, the backstory behind the barred owl was when the first settlers in here, of course, they was eating anything, but the owl was one of the choice meats to go after at one point, and kind of like chickens, they would raise them, but in cages they didn't speak. They didn't hoot. Maybe where I don't give a hoot came from, but they had no capabilities of speaking while they were in a cage. But eventually they got out. They started hooting like that, which one of the elders in the tribe would have translated that later, where woo 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 means who cooks for you. And then when they really get at it, they'll start answering each other back. The other one will go, woo, 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 woo. Who cooks for you all? The barred owl, B-A-R-R-E-D, the barred owl is one of the bigger owls in North America. And like I said, when they were caged up, they didn't speak. But when they finally started getting out, they came up with this. And that's pretty cool little folklore of the swamps here. And I wanted to share that with y'all. But they'll probably keep serenading here because it's getting to that time of the evening where they tend to want to move around more. However, I'm going to flip the camera back, and that is where I came in from. And over here is a man-made section, which is called the old logging bayou. And there's a little opening way back in this corner, which is the original path of the bayou. It's a pretty neat setup, because when the Mississippi River actually flowed through here and created all of this waterways, man would come in and create the logging canals by using the river currents. And that was only during the snow melts from the northern United States and Canada. And that water would actually flush through here at an average of 6 to 12 miles an hour. So any little passage it took, it would carve it out more and more. And that's what we have down here, the old logging bayou. In a sense, every year the loggers would come in. This was like the late 1700s. The loggers would come in this area right here and cut the trees down, but they wasn't going anywhere. They would wait for the Mississippi River to get the snow melt from the northern United States and Canada. And that in turn would move the water, which then moved the logs. It was really, they were ahead of their time. The trees primarily they were after is the tall, straight ones you see here, which is the Louisiana state tree, the bald cypress. The redwood trees of the swamp, they're all over. They kind of look like pine trees. I got right behind me right here. And on a low tide, all of these trees that were left behind still under these waterways, you don't want to not know where you're at any point in time, because you can injure your outboard or any type of engine that's underneath the boat. So, however, this is a national park now. We have the opportunity to do swamp tours in here because we were grandfathered into the area. That would be Jean Lafitte swamp tours. This is the Jean Lafitte National Park. You could do fishing in here, but no hunting yet, for that matter. But I just want to share a little bit about our area. And this particular spot right here was named after the pirate Jean Lafitte. Got his fame and fortune through the Battle of New Orleans. Down in those times, it was 1812, 1814. Andrew Jackson had a crew of people working for him. They were a mixed race from African-American slave descents, a lot of Cajuns from the bayou, some Native American Indians, and Canadians that settled in from Canada. It's a pretty big mixture there, so this term used around here for a location, there's an island in a community called Barataria, and that's referring to the people who actually fought the Battle of New Orleans along Andrew Jackson, Jean Lafitte, and some pretty cool info. The term Barataria, also referring to the people. Even today, we're known as the Baratarians, not just Cajuns and Creoles, but the Baratarians were one-of-a-kind people. I mean, they're still here today on the bayou. Everybody makes their way by waterway, fishing, hunting, trapping, gathering, and it's a pretty neat area.